a lot of homicides.
Rock your hard hat black as you in the terror zone.
Come from, you can choke from the gun smoke.
I'm from the other side of town. 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 I'm from the other side of town.
There's a lot of homicides.
Rock your hard hat black as you in the terror zone.
Where I'm from, you can choke from the gun smoke. Yeah.
I'm from the other side of town.
There's a lot of homicides.
Ain't no hope in ain't no hope in the streets. You broke, you sell dope.
I'm from the other side of town. 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 I'm from the other side of town.
I'm Tone Capone with Waves of the Bay, and what I like to do in my free time is do little projects. And one of my projects close to my heart is actually about my hometown, which is Junction City, Kansas. So I wanted to reach out to some of my artists that are from Junction City or used to live in Junction City or affiliated with Junction City somehow, some way, and just get them on the line and, you know, use my platform in order to get their word out there. And, you know, today we got the homie right here. So without further ado, introduce yourself to the folks. Let people know who you are.
If you don't know, like, you will get to know Sleeze The Kingpin. You know, I'm from Atlanta, but I live in the Junk. I've been here since 2013.
Okay.
It's been a very interesting 7 years, like, to say the least. Yeah, you know, I fucks with it out here and shit. Like it is what it is. Like, you know, I got the kids out here and shit, so, you know, nigga stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, how the hell did you get to the Junk, though?
Oh man, it was shit, following one of my baby moms and shit. I ended up out here. Like, I met her when I was in the Army. You know, she got pregnant. We got married. Then shit, after I got out, I moved back to Atlanta. She moved here. I applied for a job out here at the post office, and like, they called me like the next day. So next thing I know, I was out here. I was like,
Oh, you straight now?
yeah, well, shit, I don't work there no more. But like, shit, you know, I'm still well to do.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So coming from Atlanta to Junction City, explain how that was, man. That had to be a major
That was
eye opener.
So I promise, like, man, I ain't never been no place like Junction. It's like, it's like it's so small and like slow here. It's like, but it's a lot of different people, so you learn like a lot of different things from people from different places. But it's not no Atlanta, dog, by far.
Not even close. Not even close, man.
Yeah,
My auntie moved to Atlanta when she graduated from college. She ain't been back to the Junk since. We talking like 25 years, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, she out there in love. Like, hey,
straight up.
The wing spots everywhere and everything. Man, you get you anything, anywhere, anytime. The only place that you know I really fuck with more than Atlanta, it got to be New York. Like, I was up there, I was up there with DTL Red. They had me all over the place. I'm talking about they had me in Manhattan, the Bronx, and this in like 2-3 days. Long Island City, they just had me all over. You know, I'm tired. I'm ready to take, cause I had a show the night before out in Wichita with Young Cat. So like right after I left that, I had to go straight, cause I had an early flight out. I had to go straight to the airport. You know, that's a 3-hour drive. And I'm talking about like, man, you know, they put me on the show. Like, man, they showed a lot of hospitality. I didn't think they was gonna rock with me because, you know, I'm from the South. But
Right.
like, they showed a lot of love, invited me back and everything. So I'm like,
Shit, they love me. My wife's actually from New York, man. Like they love our accents and all that. Like
they show a lot of love.
yeah,
I thought they ain't really like people from the South, but they
the South's major right now, dog. South get love from everybody now.
That's what I'm saying. Like that huge culture switch. Like
that's what it is, man. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm just talking about Junction City, talking about music, and not really just related to the junk, but just, you know, chopping it up with my people, man. I got to get back somehow because a lot of people don't do that. And I figured, you know, with the whole Rona and shit, I have this platform. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? It's easy right here. And for one, thank you for taking time out to talk to me too, man. I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, man, so I want you to, you've already touched on it a little bit, like as far as Junction City, but explain to people like what Junction City, like your perception of Junction City.
Oh, Junction City pretty much like it seemed like a retirement home type place. It's like people come here, and it's crazy, especially the military people. They come here, and I guess they just get settled with it. I get it ain't like a lot of crime or nothing. Like, well, now, hey, the past couple of days been kind of rough out here. I ain't gonna
shit
lie.
Been crazy, bro.
I don't know what the hell going on and shit, man. But like, hey,
I know Buddy too, man. That's the sad part about
which one?
it, man. Damien.
Oh,
the one that
something else happened that night too.
Another thing happened?
Man, I'm talking about somebody got shot up in Westwood and shit.
What?
Hey, for like that same night and shit, man. And I know some people who know, like, he messed with my baby mom's sister. So she called me up, like, explaining the situation. I'm like, man, tell that nigga get on, man. Like, motherfucking, like, whatever. I'm like, man, the police
they about to be all over that motherfucker.
Hell yeah, like, but I guess Buddy ain't died though. But they still hopped out on him though. Like, motherfucking, they still had the big guns drawn and shit. Cause I guess dude was trying to shake or whatever. But I'm like, man, if you trying to leave, that makes you look guilty. I promise you, man. Like, even if you know you're guilty, man, look, just keep your same regular routine. Don't panic, don't nothing. So that way you guys like, you don't know what the fuck going on. Like, they question, like, man, I don't know shit about that. But like, most niggas don't know that. They panic though, man. And then like, motherfucker,
they don't keep they cool, man. They ain't battle tested, bro.
Hell, I know that about a lot of people, man. Like they start giving up more information than what they asked and shit, man. Like me, I don't talk, period. Man,
yeah, straight up. That's your job, man. You got to figure that shit out.
I promise. I be trying to tell people that, like, man, let them motherfuckers do their job, man. Like, I promise they ain't that good at it. Like, you let them do their job, you going home. You gonna have to sit there for a little bit.
Especially in Junction City, man. Them motherfuckers are so corrupt and crooked, dog. Like,
oh man, like
I can't stand them motherfuckers.
I hate them bitches so much, man. Like, look, you ain't. The way they put me out there in the media and shit, man, like, motherfucking, like, I was just this horrible guy. But then they ain't tell people, like, motherfucking, they couldn't build no case on me and they had to let me go. Like, you ain't see no reports on that.
Now, let's actually talk about that, man. I don't know how much you can talk about that, but I know you were in the news. What was this, like Christmas?
It was on, what, Christmas 20, well, they locked me up on January 2nd, 2019.
19, okay.
Yeah, it was Christmas of 2018.
I'm gonna tell you this, man, because I always pay attention to like JC Post and the Daily Union and all that stuff. So I was actually reading the articles, like, yo, what the hell's going on in the junk? like, say what? Like, I was like, they got two niggas and all this other shit. So, like I said,
and then they picked up a third person. Then they picked up a third person, like, yeah, all this so they could try to get me. Like, it was like some huge shit. Like, it was bigger than that murder too. Cause I'm in there and all of a sudden they saying KBI getting involved and the Attorney General getting involved. Like, why would they get involved for a local murder? Like, no.
They were accusing Sleeze of a murder for hire plot. Was that your girl or was that the other dude's girl?
That was his side chick. Like,
his side chick. Okay.
Yeah, like, he got a wife that he was living off of and whatnot, and like, he didn't want his wife to find out that he had a baby on the way. So, like, I didn't even fool with him. I didn't fool with him. I ain't fool with her. But it's all behind like this rat named Travis, who like, man, dude just he's soft, man. Like he played that tough persona, that gangster role and whatnot. But like, you know, he went to like he was messing with my first baby mom, and like he went through her phone, he saw some messages he ain't like, and instead of approaching me, this guy he gets real feminine. He's an emotional bitch. He can't control his feelings when like I'm being honest with you. Like he can't control his feelings, and like, you know, he run up on all the rest of these little dudes out here and whatnot. But like, man, he saw that, and like he couldn't approach me about it. So like, man, the nigga busted out my car window, then denied it. Like, oh man, I ain't do that, blah blah blah, whatever.
Man, fuck all that.
Like
That shit.
but old boy who ended up shooting no girl, he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, I know who busted your windows. It was Travis. He's mad at you behind this female and this female. Him and Jenna, that's the white girl who ended up getting murdered. He said they're trying to rob you." I'm like, oh, okay. So like this on December 20th. Like he do whatever he gonna do on December 25th. He get locked up. Like I put some money on his books because like somebody else asked about, like, the person who he used to reach out to me, like, and he was like, "Hey, I own some money. Do you mind putting it on there for me?" I'm like, all right, whatever. He did, like, give me that heads up and shit. And then like all three, him, Deion, Travis, and Jenna, they all did meth together. And like, you know, they all like did little sex, whatever, with each other, all that shit. So like they all buddies, like they were all planning on robbing me. So Deion get picked up for that murder, and he tried to spin it like because I put the money on his books, he tried to spin it like, oh, he paid me to have her murdered because she was supposed to be trying to rob him. I'm like, come on, man. If I was gonna get somebody murdered, why wouldn't I get Travis murdered like that? I had no issue with Jenna. Like, I don't fuck with her, she don't fuck with me. Like that's not my beef. So JCPD being the knuckleheads that they are, like they picked me up one, man. When they picked me up, like I'm talking about, they had everybody out. They had
they had to, dog. They had to, and you probably ain't know what the fuck, dog. So that's like some scene from out of some movie shit, dog.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, man, all this for some drugs and shit. Like I'm thinking, like,
right.
got me on the drugs. I'm like, man, all this for some drugs, like motherfuckers. So they picked me up, and I'm looking around. I see everybody, like all whole task force out there. Like, motherfucker, they got the big guns, SWAT trucks, all that shit. So I look around, and I'm like, fuck, man, this serious. So they take me to the station. He Mirandized me, and then I'm like, yeah, I want my lawyer though. And, like, his face just dropped. He was expecting me to talk to him, but I don't know nothing.
Fuck you think this shit is, man?
I'm like, yeah, man, I watched First 48. I don't smoke cigarettes, and like, man, I already ate, so I'm good. I don't want my lawyer. And so fucking, he like, all right, well, you being charged with murder and soliciting murder. Are you sure you don't want to make no statements? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, so he take me over there. I see Deion bitch ass, like he's sitting there, like at the table talking to his lawyer and shit. And all of a sudden I hear the dude whispering like, hey, those two ain't allowed to talk to each other. They can't be around each other. So I'm sitting there and shit, and like he started booking me, like I get booked in or whatever. And they throw me in he tell me, he like, you're not gonna be able to use the phone until our investigation over. He said that might be a day or so. I'm like, all right, whatever. So they throw me in the hole my first 7 days. The whole 7 days I'm there, like I can't use the phone or none of that. They wouldn't give me like a regular room until like motherfucking, like they gave me and then they classified me like maximum security and shit. Because like I guess like everything they had been hearing about me, and like I would never talk to them. Like
you know they're gonna take that shit seriously, man. They accusing the nigga of killing the white girl in Kansas.
But like, man, that like her, like she had just got out of jail for robbing somebody else though. Like, man, she wasn't no
shit like that don't happen in the junk. Like, well, I mean, shit happens in the junk, but when shit
like,
happens, they jump on that shit, dog. They jump on that shit as soon as shit happens.
Especially like, man, they had me in the news looking bad as hell, talking about I'm getting pregnant bitches murdered on Christmas and shit. I'm like, that nigga do sound cold-hearted.
I promise you, dog. I read this shit and I showed it to my wife. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on back home? Like, babe, read this shit. Like,
man, I promise, man, I ain't had shit to do with that, man. But like, motherfucker, what they really, you remember that like last August, like that shit that happened in Manhattan, that huge indictment where they got like 50-some people on a 60-some page indictment, some shit like that.
Yeah.
They were trying to tie me into that case because I guess like the bitch that got murdered and shit, she was an informant on that case. So I guess they were trying to think like I had something to do with them niggas. I don't know shit about them niggas. Was all from Chicago, like man, like motherfucking. I don't know. I ain't know shit about none of that. Like I ain't. They were trying to tie me to that shit. That man, my lawyer told me they thought I was running an escort service and motherfucking what else? Like it was all type of crazy stories they were trying to spin about me and shit. Cause like they didn't know nothing about me, and all they kept hearing, like I seen every statement like people made and shit, like everybody they went to, and everybody said like I heard he sell drugs, but I never seen it. Like that's all they kept hearing. Like they heard he sell drugs, but they never seen it. And she said like when nobody like say anything incriminating about you, everybody said that they heard it. And like shit, like motherfucking, and that really pissed like JCPD off and shit. Cause you know, like you seen like how they had me all in the paper and everything. Like they did all that. I was their huge case and shit. And like they if it's true, they botched it. But they know I ain't had shit to do with it, so they just had to let me. It was like a random ass Friday. Like motherfucking, they just motherfucking dropped charges and let me go. Well, they dropped it without prejudice, but they still got all my shit. They took like a safe full of money. They took jewelry, all type of shit. They took my navigator. Like they talking about they holding it because it's all involved in like old boy's case.
Did they make it a dare truck or something? Because they do that shit.
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't want it back. They can have that motherfucker. Like shit. I get another one. Like man, it's nothing. They can have that motherfucker. Like man, I'm about to get me another one anyways and shit.
That shit crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad you ain't get caught up on that shit, bro. Like all the way, like
hey, they were trying to make an example out of a nigga, man. I ain't know Kansas had a death penalty to that shit.
I believe that shit, man. You gotta Kansas, man. I love my state. I love my city. But Junction City is a lot less racist than some of these other motherfucking places, man. Like,
hey, man.
Boy.
I was online, like, reading some of I didn't see nothing racist about me. But they was going in on old boy at first, though, man. Like, and I'll look to see. But, like, nobody never said shit. Well, I'm quite sure somebody did, but I just ain't see it, though.
So were you doing music before all this, or did you start afterwards?
No, I started after. Like,
okay.
Before I was shit getting money. Like, motherfucking, I had like a restaurant, rental properties, like all that shit. Man, them bitches went up in there and ate at my restaurant, like, after they locked me up.
That's some petty shit, bro.
Yeah, they won't know they petty and shit, man.
But that's why they looking foolish right now, man. At the same time, man.
I swear, man, like motherfucking, it was like every other day they had like a article out about me and shit. Like motherfucking, but then as soon as they let me go, they just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and they'll never say shit about that, man. It's not like, oh, we want to issue a public apology or none of that shit. Like, that'll fuck my name up and don't even come back with that, man. Like,
I promise you. That's why I got the book on the way and everything.
Yeah. Hey, do what you got to do, man. Capitalize on that shit.
I'm already, they gave me the platform. I appreciate that.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. So being a music artist, like, why did you get started? Like, was it because of everything that happened? Like, you just wanted to express yourself, or what was it?
Yeah, my cousins, like they big in the music shit back in Atlanta. Flying Saucer and Slow Measy, like they got like big ties and shit. Like motherfucker, I got a song with Fiend and Lil Donald because my cousin Flying Saucer, like he linked in with them. And shit, my other cousin Slow Measy, he worked with 550 Free Band in Atlanta and shit. So you know he tied in with them and whatnot. So like I'm plugged in to like get the best of everything, like piggybacking off them type shit. Like they link me up with a lot of shit. Like I get beats that niggas don't got and shit like that, like all type of shit. And based off of them, and they both was like, nigga, like you gotta rap, like you got the story to tell and shit, like you gotta
straight up.
Like yeah, they were like, man, you living like the life that most niggas talk about, like that motherfuckers like really ain't about this shit, like the shit that nigga rap about, like that's really what you got going. So like, man, you already, and then like you got that Kingpin image anyways based off of that shit, so you might as well just go off with it.
So run that shit.
Like Trial Time was the first song I made with that back April of last year and shit. My first time rapping.
Okay.
Yeah, after that, like motherfucking shit, I just kept going, like getting better and better. Like as time progressed, and like more people wanted to fuck with me.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Because I know, like, me and you have been friends since like last May, I think it was. So I pretty much met you once you got into the music thing.
Yeah. That's when I started my.
That's wild, Doug. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah,
we're talking with Sleeze The Kingpin right now, man. The JC Chronicles book 2. I got a whole bunch of people I want to talk to from back home and, you know, get y'all story out there, man. This story I'm hearing right now is just crazy, though, man.
Everybody say that shit. They like, nigga, you know how lucky you are to be out?
Nigga.
They were like, man, people don't get accused of murdering no white women and just get the fuck out.
Fuck no.
I'm like, man, look. I'm like, you know why I'm out? Because, like, them bitches couldn't break me. They couldn't make me. I ain't about to motherfucking sit up here and admit to some shit I ain't motherfucking had shit to do with. Like, what the fuck? I wouldn't admit the shit I did have shit to do. Why the fuck would I admit to some shit I didn't have shit to do with? Like, motherfucker, hey, look, what really got me out, they ran our DNA, and, like, they seemed like they couldn't put no motive on me to want the bitch dead. And they saw, like, she was carrying his baby. Then all of a sudden, his story changed up again. Well, XYZ, blah, 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 then the third. So they looking at this. I'm like, man, hey. Like, y'all know,
ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Get me the fuck up out of here.
I'm telling you, man. Like, hey.
Do your fucking job.
They finally put me on medium security. Like, the last week I was there and shit. You know, like, you got to wait all week to get that commissary and shit. I'm talking about the day I finally get me some good commissary and shit, man. They dude come in like a little bit after that shit. I'm like, hey, pack out, you about to leave. I'm like, man, fuck, I just gave my celly that shit. My celly, that nigga was in there for murder too. He had murdered a young boy named Pimp. It was like him and 2 other people. But that nigga was a rat though, man. He told him, like he got 5 years. Like, so I was like, I ain't telling you.
That says everything right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That says everything right there.
His co-defendants got 19 to 20 years. So I'm like, I ain't fucking around.
Yeah, that ain't hard to see right there, man. Exactly. I got some of your music, bro. I wanna go ahead and play some music.
Okay.
Well, I got you here, man. I got plenty of tracks here. I just don't know where you want to start with. But I got everything you done sent me. So let's do it like that, man. I got what do you want to lead off with, man?
I'm going to start off with that Love Bring You Back, with that Fiend and Lil Donald.
Okay. All right, now go ahead and set this up for me, man. Explain the song to me.
Oh man, it's like I reached out to Fiend. Like I seen him at an event one time, you know, he was fucking with me. And like, mother, he said like, hey, like shoot me a beat and I got you. I sent it to him and like I heard his verse first. And I'm like, damn, that nigga killed. That's the original Mr. Want Fiend right there.
Right.
Like, I can't put no hook on this. So I reached out to Lil Donald, like, hey, like throw me a hook. That nigga showed me love on the hook and shit. Then I came in and I put my verse on there. And like,
okay.
That's how that one came about.
That's what it is, man. Let me get this thing queued up here. All right, let's get into it, man.
All right.
Hey, Jay Wood, let me hold that beat.
Up, get busy much. Attitude on Tim Smooth, so give it up. You question your girl, I question putting forges on a truck. So pretty as one player in the flick, yeah, they kiss it up. Women so bad, you missing money, that's messing up. Diamonds mean nothing to a pharaoh. I done seen screams and gun barrels. Don't fall for everything they tell you. Be aware the devil will sell you. If love could bring them back, they would be here on this bud in this shack. I can see clear. But it numb down the fear. What minute men gun down here? What it was meant for the blame. I had to look at one round here. Yeah. And I'ma save my babies while I'm saving racks. Play this from the Pentagon to the trap. Spit them facts.
Bring you back, you'll be here. You'll be here. Alright, Cadillac.
pen ain't never play. I'm from the road in College Park, that's the south side of the A. If my love could bring you back, then you would be here, but it can't. So I'ma sip my yak and fight the gangsters.
This love can bring you back, you'll be here, you'll be here. I'm riding Cadillac with the rim, with the rim. Baby, these are real dog tears, these are real dog tears. I stand tall and face feels, stood tall. I've been stabbed in my back, I ain't even mad about that. I wouldn't have what I have, I ain't gon' chase these racks. If love could bring you back, you'll be here, you'll be here. If love could bring you back, I see you, I see you.
That my dude Jay Wood on the beat.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I want to just hop in the car and just ride out to that shit right
I'm telling
now.
everybody
Like,
say that. They like, man, I can smoke to that one.
you ain't
They
even
like,
lying, bro. Like,
everybody say that. They like, man, that shit right. You know
Yes.
what? Like, man, Fiend set the tone for that motherfucker, man. Like,
yes.
like that's the original, the old school Mr. Want Fiend and shit, man. I'm like, man, I got a Fiend verse. But it's like real nigga fucking with me though.
That's what it is, man.
And Donald killed that like with that hook too. Like I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. That shit. That's a good one right there. That's solid right there, for sure, man. What's going on in JC? Like as far as music, man. Like, are you out there performing, or like what's the music scene looking like out there now?
Oh man, I mostly do shit in like Wichita, Kansas City, Topeka type shit. And
Okay.
like I ain't really like performing it. Like I put shows together like shit. I done brought Cat out to Topeka, Wichita, and I'm about like after this over, like I got little Donald coming out here to Kansas City. Well, I'm setting all that up, and I'm trying to bring Glass Malone too. He just told me give him a date. He see what he can do, cause he talking about he trying to bring me out to he trying to bring me out to LA. Cause I chopping it with him and shit. He said, dude, man, you need to come out here. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's where I got family in Los Angeles. That's where I was born at. My sister and like that.
Okay. I was actually about to ask you if you ever been out there, man. LA's a different vibe, though. Matter of fact, I got the Nipsey shirt on right now.
Like the Crunch, yeah. I'm South Central. That's where I was till I was like 4. That's where we lived at and shit. Like my pops was on that old gangster shit. Yeah, whatever. But that's why I be telling people around here, like, man, look, like I don't play these games that like most people doing shit, man. I'm different. Like, man, 'cause some of these cats, like, they different, man. Like, they be letting like snitches ride with too much shit. I'm like, nah.
I've been hearing about that lately, man, and that's not the town I grew up in, man. But I guess like a lot of my people's all like moved away and got the fuck out in town, pretty much. Like, but I've been hearing there's a lot of snitches running around right now.
I promise you, man. There's like so many people, and it's like, man, nigga, I know you ain't got the money to beat your case. Like you were guilty, like motherfucker. And they caught you whatever. You're a prior felon. Like, how the fuck is you only getting probation and shit, my nigga? That mean you got found guilty of it, and you're a prior felon. That's all you got? Like, yeah, all you got is probation, my nigga. Like, come on now. Like, hey, I call a spade, my nigga. You on that rat shit. Like, motherfucker shit. Them bitches know with me. Them bitches still waiting on my statement. Like, man, hey, you better hear it in one of my songs, nigga. Fuck that.
Shit, I can only imagine, man. Like, I love my city, but like when I grew up in the junk, it was like we had way more people there than there's there now. Like we had
all I hear about
probably like 35,000 people, dog. Like back in the 90s, JC was cracking, bro.
Okay, so you know my people on Diamond G then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, like
I know a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that's home, bro. That's home.
Yeah, like his old wild ass back in the day. That nigga, man, I be hearing so many stories about him and shit. I'm like, nah, man, I ate Thanksgiving dinner with this man. He ain't that type of person, man. I'm like, hey.
Niggas is grown now, man. I'm telling you, bro. And social media came around. They got all these tracking devices and all these applications. Man. Shit. Like, we gotta move differently now.
I promise you, man. Like motherfucking half the time, my phone at the house when I'm in the streets and shit, man. Just in case something happens and shit. The only thing is I got cameras on my door, so it track when I leave and come out. But like, man, without the cell phone, you don't know exactly where I went. You just know I wasn't in the house at that time.
That's smart and gangster at the same time, man. Music wise, bro, like what's up with the project? You got some heat you dropping soon, like a full out project or what?
See, I got a book on the way, so with my book, I was just gonna do a soundtrack with it, just throw like a bunch of songs on there and whatnot. You know, hey, that pretty much like, cause all I'm doing, like, man, just steady dropping songs. Like, I'm behind the curve, so I got to build my catalog. Like, you know, I just started rapping like last year, so hey, and I got to come with it on it. Like, that's pretty much it. But like, shit, I'm thinking about, I'm toying with a project, Kingpin for President. Like, I might drop a little mixtape song or something like that. I don't know yet. I'm working on that.
I can see the visual for that, man.
Yeah, throwing a little suit and whatnot. Yeah. I like the sound of that though, Kingpin. I really might run for president, man. Trump is very influential. He show you like anybody could be president. Like,
bro, I be saying this shit all the damn time, man. Like, I thought it was a game at first, but now it's like shit.
Me
I
too.
could be president too.
I swear to God, I thought that nigga was joking at first, man. I'm like, man, they ain't about to. And then like I saw him getting sworn in and shit. I'm like, damn, anybody could be president. Like, I'm dead at anybody, man. Like, all you need is that bag. Like, shit, I'm working on it right now. Kingpin.
That's why he's gonna go for another 4 right there because of that bag, man. That dude.
That most definitely, and everything fucked up right now. And with everything being fucked up, I would be like, you know what? We're not about to do another 4 with this nigga. Like, everything fucked up. But the way America is, like, man, fuck it. We might ride this shit on out.
That's exactly what's gonna happen, dog.
America like a battered spouse. Like, we're in a fucked up situation, but we don't feel like leaving it though. Like,
yep.
no, we need to do better and shit, man. But it's like, fuck it. We're gonna ride this shit out with this nigga.
I love him.
He's a very interesting individual, man.
He's misunderstood. That's what it is.
You can say that. you can say it. You know what? You know, it's like sometimes I think he don't use his words right or something, man. Because you be sitting back and looking like, I kind of think I know what he's saying.
He's a dumbass, man. Like, that dude, the shit he be saying as a fucking president, dog. Like, you're supposed to be representing our fucking country. Like, man, this, you got us looking stupid as shit.
I promise you, that's what I be like. Other countries laughing at us, like, man.
They laughing at us, dog.
He's the typical white American, though, man. I'm just be honest. Like, he's the typical naive white American. Like, that's it, who don't see the whole picture. Or maybe he do see the whole picture, but he just playing the game. Man, what if he's really a fucking genius and he just playing us?
I wouldn't be surprised, though. I would not be surprised.
Hell, like,
just like with this Rona, man. Like, I feel like the Rona definitely man-made, dog. Like,
of course it is.
And it hasn't got up there to y'all yet, but down here, shit shut down, dog. Like, I've been in the house for about 6-7 weeks right now, bro.
It's supposed to be like that up here and shit, but it's like, man, look, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a grown ass man. You ain't about the motherfucking shit. I ain't locked up no more. Like, motherfucker, you about to just have me in the motherfucking house on some you can't come out. Like, man, nah, all right.
Has that affected your music at all so far? Like, any moves had to be rescheduled?
I mean, yeah, it's like, shit, you know, I planned on some shows and shit, but, you know, everything shut down, so I couldn't really do that. Then fucking, I was gonna go home, shoot a couple videos and shit, but, you know, it fucked that up. Like, you know, the travel ban and shit, and like nobody wanted to be around people and shit like that. And what else? Fucking, you know, one of my studios that cause I go out to Topeka, like my brother hooked me up with them motherfuckers and shit. One of them got shut down, so well he do it like at his house type shit, and he didn't want the traffic through there, cause
you can't, not right now, not with that shit.
Exactly, you know, he got his kids at the house and shit. So all I could do is respect it. I'm like, I feel you and shit, but you know, like, hey, I'm still fucking. I mean, I got other spots I go to, and I'm still getting that quality work done.
So, actually, no, play another song, man. And I got a few more questions to ask you for real. I'm about to get into it a little bit. What you wanna go with next, yo?
Hey, did I send you that 10 Toes by SK?
Nah, I got Loco with the Coco, and I got Throw It.
Oh yeah, go play that Throw It with Angel White.
All right, introduce this for me. Let the people know what this one here.
Yeah, that's that Throw It Back. I got the Throw It Back challenge going right now too. Like you do the video like with the song playing. Like, hey, You send it in, you hashtag me, whatever, throw it back challenge. Like you going and you win your little bread and whatnot. Like,
Okay.
like that throw it back featuring Angel White out of Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Angel White killed this, yo.
He killed it too.
Like straight up, dog. Like I was listening to this earlier. I was like, damn, who the fuck? Like
yeah,
okay.
she did her thing. Like she fucking with it more than me and shit. I'm like, yeah, that shit right though. She like, hey, we need to do something with this. I'm like, man, you ain't never lied. That my cousin Slow Measy produced that out of Atlanta. Y'all need to link up with him and Jay Wood out of Atlanta for them exclusive fire ass beats.
That's what it is, man. Let's just throw it.
Hey. Hey. Okay. Hey. All right. I'ma throw this ass back. And let me tell you something. I can make this ass clap. Ass clap fat. I ain't no chicken head, so come on, let's get with it. If I throw it back, you better throw that cash up to the ceiling.
Money throwing, 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 money throwing. Look at that bitch going ham with all that wagging that she dragging. A round of applause, how she got that ass clapping. A nigga racked up, straight plug, no trapping, kingpin in it bitch, so you know what finna happen. I fall off in the club, sipping yak and throwing dub. I'm born to be a boss, I could never be a thug. Got them niggas throwing daps while the hoes giving hug. Kingpin in it bitch, so you know it's all up. Baby girl know she bad with that ass steady bouncing. Got a nigga rocked up like a motherfucking mom. Got the hands pillow soft, cause them grands I be counting. I can leave you with your bitch, ain't a motherfucking challenge. But it
All right, I'ma throw this ass back. And let me tell you something, I can make this ass clap. Ass fat. I ain't no chicken head, so come on, let's get with it. If I throw it back, you better throw that cash up to the ceiling.
money throwing, 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 money throwing.
Twerk something, work something, I'ma make you feel it. The way my booty be sitting, I'm gon' have you in your feelings. Pop that bottle, I ain't thirsty, but I really wanna drink. Pour it in my mouth and make sure you don't spill a drop on me. Cause I'm expensive, I cost a lot. I'm so sweet like a lollipop. I'm so turned up that the laws might come and shut down the damn spot. I see you looking hypnotized, infatuated with me. I don't know which one look better, my ass maybe my seat. I'm the baddest entertainer, if you want me, you gon' pay. And I ain't talking about a couple bands, I'm talking about a state. I'm talking acres, a mansion in my own private beach. You can't be no average nigga if you tryna run with me. All right, I'ma throw this ass back. And let me tell you something, I can make this ass clap. Ass fat. I ain't no chicken head, so come on, let's get with it. If I throw it back, you better throw that cash up to the ceiling.
Money throwing, 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 money throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Miss Angel White down in Dallas, Texas.
Man.
I'll bind him.
I like that, man, for sure.
Yeah,
That one, you already know what. I know y'all better not shoot that video in no motherfucking Jacks or no.
Hey, I don't even think that shit open no more and shit. But like,
that shit probably ain't open, man.
That's gonna be some straight like either Atlanta or Dallas action.
Yeah, or Miami. Ooh,
Hey,
but Dallas,
I
but old girl is from Dallas. Dallas would be a good look though.
And she know like a bunch of strippers out there too. So I'm like, shit, that might be the spot.
And Dallas is a good spot, man. For real, it's not that far.
Yeah, I know. Like that might really be what it be. I just ain't trying to hear my baby mom mouth about that shit. I'm like,
oh, you know that's happening.
Because I already had to hear him off about this song and shit, man. Like, motherfucker,
yeah.
Like, man, it's just Instagram shit. I promise you. Like, I do not know this woman in real life.
Right, I believe it. Trust me.
Tell me, man, like a lot of shit I be having to hear him off about. Like, man.
It's only because she love you, bro. That's all. That's,
I know,
what
right?
my wife,
yeah.
That's what my wife tell me. If she ain't love me, she wouldn't give. She wouldn't care.
That's what it is too. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But nah, man, as an artist, I want you, for somebody that has not heard your music, describe yourself as an artist though.
Oh man, what it's that gritty down south, authentic flow, that hard hitting bass. That I mean, I ain't the most lyrical individual, but I'm gonna give you that raw though. I'm gonna give you that pure uncut. Like, I'm gonna give you that straight, like how it is. Like, hey, and if I say something, like you could believe it. Like it's that truth. It's authentic. Like it is. Like you could ask around about me, and they be like, "Yeah, that shit he talk about, like, yeah, he really been through it," type shit. Like, well, hey, like that's just all it is. Like that's me. I'm a real individual. Like I'm not out here. I'm not faking for like like the image and whatnot. Like, and I'm gonna definitely ain't no rat. I ain't no Takashi in my blood, man. I'm telling you,
Man.
like, well, like to each his own though. Like he did what he had to do for his situation. So I guess I wouldn't stand on that. Like,
I have people ask me about that shit all the time. They're like, man, you the radio host. I know you have a certain stance on it. And I have to tell people, man, like where I'm from and when I grew up, like that shit would not fly. And even though the situation is fucked up, you know the fucking territory when you hop in that shit, man. There's consequences and repercussions, and you know what the fuck you get into.
Man, you know it's death before dishonor with all that shit, man.
Yeah.
So, he was giving up information he didn't even have to. Like, well, he was
fact,
going
like,
in.
He's still standing, though. Like the fact he didn't get popped off top, I'm like, man, this dude's gonna get money off this shit, bro.
Like Boosie said, like, man, them niggas weak if they don't do nothing about it. Like, motherfucking. But I guess he well secured though. You see, he's switching locations and whatnot, and like motherfucking, I'm looking at the people who still supporting him and shit. Like, damn, man, like, are you weak like that too? Like, motherfucking, like, hey,
they said he just signed to Rock Nation. It's a rumor.
For real?
That's the rumor.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Hey.
I mean, shit. Hey, more power to him and shit.
More power to him. I feel the same way, bro. Like, yeah, that shit would not fly.
No, hell
I'll be dead.
Hell no, man. Like, nobody from our era would have been on nothing like that.
Nah. And public about that shit, blatant about that shit, like,
yeah.
Nah.
Hell no.
Not a damn chance.
Niggas would have felt tried by that shit. Like, man, for real, man. Like, the niggas you told on, like, it'd have been at least one nigga who wouldn't have cared, like, what nobody said, who would have moved on you and shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, everybody different now. Like I said, like, man, all these rats getting passive right now and shit. Like, I don't understand.
These youngins is raised different, man. Like, there ain't no code out there like that, dog. And
but they been like stop
crazy.
letting the code go. Like, they been stop respecting shit though. Like, at first it was cool because they still weren't rapping. They were just reckless with it. But it wasn't no rats though. But like now it's like, man, niggas on that rat shit. I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all out of control. Like, motherfucker. But it ain't even just the young niggas. Some of the old niggas rats too though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like all them motherfucking Bumpy Johnsons and shit like that, them niggas told. Then they tried to justify the shit. I'm like, nah, my nigga, you told, man. Like,
Frank Lucas shit.
Exactly, all them niggas, man.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no way them niggas should be out. Like, motherfucker, you can be in that bitch doing life, my nigga. Like, but I respect some of the mafia niggas, though. Them bitches, they live by that code for real, man. You motherfucking right. I don't give a fuck. Like, ain't no motherfucking nothing that can stop me from getting to y'all. I'll fuck with that. Like, motherfucking, it is what it is. You either standing like a man to do your time, or motherfucker, you get dope with.
Straight up, man. So let me see here. Do you have a favorite place to eat in the Junk?
Oh man, back when I had my restaurant, it was there. Fucking when Poussin closed down, me and my man Kenny Cox opened up KC Kitchen and Catering. But you know, like when I went to jail, that got fucked up and shit. But like, yeah, that used to be
so y'all are the ones that moved into Poussin.
Yeah, we had that soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they said that y'all had the recipe for the bulgogi or something too.
I mean, it wasn't the same as her, but you know, we tried to get close to it as possible. And you know, it ain't the same though. You know, everybody got what they used to and shit. But like, man, my man was the only one in town with chitlins though, man. I'm talking about like shit. They take like Mon Duke shit for real. I used to go in there every day, give me a bowl of chitlins and rice, and like have them drop me some wings and shit. Like every day, that's what I was on and shit. That's why when I went to jail, that shit was hard on me, man. Like motherfucking, cause in the streets, I'm eating everywhere, like all day long. Just
that's like some detox type shit, man.
I promise you, I didn't realize I was that addicted to food until I ain't have a damn shit. And like, man, you know, I wasn't eating all that bland ass nasty ass food and shit, man. So I was in that bitch starving for them 2 months. Yeah. I mean, shit, it is what it is, though. That's water under the bridge.
Man, when you listen to your first song that you laid down, like next to some of your newer shit, how do you feel about that, man? Do you see like the progress?
I progress a lot. Like, but that song hit different because you know that's my story being told though. Like that's still my shit. Like that's still like the realest shit I got out though. But like my progression, like my flow and everything, like man, it's way better now. Like you can tell like a nigga home in his craft and shit. But like to me, that bitch still go hard though. Like it's motherfucker who like don't know my story, don't know shit about me, who like don't understand it and shit. But like if you know me and you know everything that happened, you like done that shit hard as fuck. And that 10 toes too, like that shit right there, like motherfucking that bit hard too. But yeah, fucking like my progression, like real far though. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm probably just keep on getting better and better as time goes on. But like I said, I'm behind. I just started rapping last year. And man, I was just getting money. I didn't want to think about no rapping. But now nigga like bored and shit. Like it ain't shit. KBI still watch. They told my lawyer they still watching me. Like, man, we still watch. We want them. Like motherfucking. So like shit. But I don't do shit though. I just be chilling. Fucking with them.
I feel you.
Fuck with my kids and this rap shit. That's it.
And you got a lot of story to tell now since you just started getting into it, man. I mean, you got all these years and years of stories and shit, man. So,
man, my baby mom just had me on Jeff Matthews like what, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, over child. Hey, that's what I was talking
this
to my
nigga.
I was like talking to my nigga Lonzo with Hood Ace Radio because he fought with me tough. He was like, man, you would be like I forget a publicist like dream and shit. I'm like, why you say that? He was like, man, you got so much shit going on. He like, man, you easy to motherfucking just like have out there and shit. Just like motherfucking your life interesting as hell. I'm like, man, shit, they can read it in the book, man. Fuck it. He was like, man, you get your story in like the right publicist's hands and shit. Like, man, they gonna love you. I'm like, whatever. But I'm telling like every year it seems like something crazy going on with me though, man. I don't understand it. And it don't be my fault.
So about this book, man, when should we be expecting that to drop?
Oh shit, my friend Wendy Goodlow, she ghostwriting for me now. I had to talk to her every day for like 2 weeks for like an hour a day and just like explain like everything from like the beginning of my life all the way up to like what happened in like the rapping and shit. Like she said like it should with the quarantine probably like around August, September. Like it should be ready. So I'm like, y'all, I'm anxious to see how that turned out. She want me to do the reading it, you know, like the book on tape. She want me to do the reading for that, man. You know, Kingpin don't be reading like that though. I mean, I can, but
I think that's a good idea though, man. Because what's gonna happen? Like all these people, and she probably told you the same shit, but all these people's gonna want to listen to it, and when they hear it out of your words and your voice,
that's what she up.
Over. That's over, dog. That's over, dog.
That's what she was saying. She was like, it's your story. It got to be told with your voice. I'm like, man, we're going to get somebody who sound like me.
If it ain't you, you better go get some motherfucking Morgan Freeman or some shit.
Hey, that would be dope, though. Shit.
Go get the GOAT with that shit.
I fucks with him and shit, too. Or Denzel. Hell yeah. Which Denzel would it be, though? I don't want the training day Denzel, man.
You gotta get the I'd say the glory one, but that's I don't know.
He said the glory, yeah.
You gotta get Jake Shuttlesworth is who you need to get. Let that nigga start talking and shit, dog.
Hey, man, is James Earl Jones dead?
Nah, he's still kicking it.
I get James Earl Jones to do that more.
He in the new Coming to America.
Oh, he is? Wait a minute, hold on. When they gonna drop that?
Ain't no telling. I'll probably say next year, probably. You know, they ain't working on shit right now. If they was working on it, they ain't right now. So.
Cause they did that in the Bad Boy, the Bad Boy for Life at the same time, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why they dropped that, but they ain't dropped that one?
Maybe they were still doing stuff on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that thing. It better be funny, but I don't think they're gonna waste the opportunity on that one to make it whack. So.
I'm knowing, right? Cause they done a whole bunch of time and shit with it.
Yeah, it's been like 25, 30 years since the first one, so they can't
I swear, man.
half-ass with that shit, bro.
I still watch that bitch too, man. That's
Oh,
my
that's
shit.
you ain't gonna change the channel on that shit, man.
I swear to God,
For real.
TBS or TNT all the time and shit, man. I watch that every year whenever it come on and shit, man. That my shit.
Well, shit, man, I got one more track. I got one more track to play from you here, so you go ahead and get this ready. Tell me something about this Loco with the Coco.
Oh, that's the Loco with the Coco. Like, hey, man, like, hey, it's a story. Motherfucking shit, man. Motherfucking going loco with the Coco, crazy with the blow. Like, shit, that's how you get it from, like, allegedly and shit, man. I ain't doing no small shit. Motherfucker breaking them bricks down to 28s and shit. Like, motherfucker, hey, it is what it is. Like, motherfucking, and it was the best around allegedly and shit. So, motherfucking, everything coming back in the pot. Well, you know, hey, cause like, you know, like, man, shit, everything else around there stepped on the trash and shit. They want to cut it in half, trying to maximize the profit and shit. Like, nah, when somebody come through with that real, like, motherfucking shit, it's gonna shut everything else down and shit. And niggas started getting jealous and shit. Like, niggas hate Travis old big rat ass and shit, man, whole ass nigga. He saw a nigga getting money and shit, man. Like, bitch, you fucking with a nigga and shit. He couldn't handle that shit. Cause, you know, let him tell the story. He was that nigga and shit. But like, nah, I just seen an old bum ass nigga with raggedy ass car and shit. Like, motherfucking from couch to couch. Like, he ain't had no bag and shit. Like, motherfucking just an emotional ass nigga and shit. But like, motherfucker, so they try to motherfucking say nigga had guns and drugs at my house and my mom. They raided both my house and my mom. I looked for guns and drugs. They found guns. You know, I'm a veteran. You know, I keep guns and shit. So motherfucking, you ain't gonna find no drugs, no drug paraphernalia, because I don't know shit about drugs paraphernalia. So yeah, and they had to let a nigga go. Better luck next time.
And got their feelings hurt.
Well, bad as fuck, man. Hey, they tried to give my baby mom jail time. Like, they tried to give her jail time over a traffic violation. Talk about some, we're gonna send you to jail. And like, she ain't even want to fight the shit, even though she had her driver license. It just wasn't updated in the system. And they trying to send her to jail. What, that Krista Basden or whatever her name is, the DA, like, man, their feelings hurt. Like, there was her big case, like, she blew it. And like, they were trying to flip my baby mom on me. But if I was a drug dealer, my baby mom wouldn't know shit about it. She just know about, like, the legit shit. Like, motherfucking, so they trying to flip her. But she legit don't know nothing. Like, I mean, it ain't shit to know. But like, motherfucking, they talking about some where the dope at. She's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, motherfucking, this after they done raided like the houses and shit. Like, they ain't find nothing. They asked her, so where the dope at? She's like, I don't know shit about no dope. Like, motherfucking.
Do your motherfucking job, nigga. Like,
I promise you, man. No. Like, yeah. So they following her and her sister around the town and shit, trying to see where they go. But like, motherfucking, there wasn't nowhere for them to go. Like, I ain't no drug dealer. Like, my businesses were legit. Like, motherfucking. So I mean, I'm quite sure like gonna probably be something else to pop up later and shit. Maybe this time they get a real case on me or they plant something so that way they got a real case. But yeah, this Loco with the Coco, like, yeah, this my shit though. Like, yeah.
Yeah, let me get my speaker back on right quick. This nigga, this shit funny, but it's so damn true, dog. Like,
dead ass, like, you gotta.
I know, dog. Like,
oh, yeah.
All right, man, let's get it. Loco with the Coco.
Crazy with the blow.
I'm going loco with the Coco, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the prices, same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me with my dough. I'm going loco with the Coco, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the prices, same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me on my dough. Cop the whole 36, break it down to 28s. I'm cooking up, gon' make a smoke a cleaning plate. I ain't moving for no grams, only moving for the weight. It 28s or better anytime I make a play. Ain't no tricking with these Kingpin and never pay, but they gon' get me right for a couple bumps. I took over the game, making moves in major ways. Running through at least a half a good day. I don't owe it. Ain't nobody put me on. This empire I built, yeah, I did it on my own. Ain't no getting to the king, cause my squad is way too strong. I'm just balling on you, left that petty alone. I'm going loco with the cocoa, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the price is same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me with my dough. I'm going loco with the cocoa, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the price is same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me on my dough. If you stuck, don't wait too much, you up the yay. If you can't lock it up, then don't bring that my way. What the fuck is on that cut? Man, your you way too gray. But that's what you get for selling with that weak. But the hand pack from me, come and get a little taste. Get you 3-4 bumps, can't feel your throat, can't feel your face. You ain't got it going on, yeah, you better clear your day. You bout to be Moscotti, headed straight to outer special. Noticing it while I'm noticing your hate. But you won't make a move, cause I'm about that pistol play. Tried to run it with the laws, tried to help him build a cage. But that still fell apart and Kingpin still walked away. I'm going loco with the cocoa, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the price is same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me with my dough. I'm going loco with the cocoa, going crazy with the blow. If you need a pack, hit me up, just let me know. You already know the price is same numbers as before. I never showed your pack, so don't show me on my dough.
Yeah, man.
My dude Jay Wood did that beat too. I told you, like, most of my beats I get from, I mean, it, like, people be throwing me beats now too. Like, hey man, hop on one of my beats or whatever. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. It's like, throw me beats, I show love and shit. Like, I don't care.
So what about collabos out there, man? Is anybody in the junk hit you up trying to link up?
Yeah, my dude Curtis, so Rowdy TNT, like he stay hitting me up with the collabs and shit. I sent him a hook. Sergio hit me up. He trying to get me on the track with T-Rail. Me and my dude AD, you know AD?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and him, like, man, we got a bunch of shit together. And you already know Diamond G, me and him, we got a bunch of shit together. Like, yeah, fucking most of the motherfuckers I fuck with right there and shit. I keep my circle small. Like,
That's a solid list of niggas right there, dog.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
I keep my circle, but like, yeah, me and AD, we got some, like, man, we got some straight bangers out there and shit. Like, motherfucking, that he go hard. That nigga, but he from Kansas City, but he live here in the junk though. But he go hard as hell. Whenever he stay out of jail, man, like, he stay out of jail long enough to finish a project and shit, man. Like,
Junction City, man. That shit, motherfucking black hole, bro.
I promise you, man. You come in there, I ain't had no record till I got. Well, I still ain't got one. But like, man, I ain't never been to jail, nothing like nothing serious till I got to this motherfucker, man. They say that shit too. You come to jail.
That shit real.
Hey, I promise I can vouch for that. I'm like, man, what the fuck, capital murder? I'm like, hell no, man. Like, nah, man, I don't, like, man, my partner, he did what, 15 for armed robbery, we were like 17. Like, he got out, he said, Nick, you don't go to jail. He said, what the fuck you doing out there, man? I'm like, man, I promise, I gotta tell everybody, like, man, that shit wasn't my fault. That ain't had shit to do with me, for real. That was just straight up some more whole shit what happened right there.
Man.
All behind the female.
Man, I'm so glad that you ain't a motherfucking statistic, dog. Like, you the anomaly, dog. Like, this shit don't ever fucking happen, dog.
That's what everybody's saying. Like, the chick writing my book, she was like, man, you just don't understand how blessed you are. I'm like, what you talking? She said, like, man, black men get accused of that. Like, man, back in the day, you'd have been murdered. Like, before you even
straight up, straight up, dog. Before you even got off Grand Avenue, dog. Straight up, dog.
You said before you even left Grant, like, shit,
yeah,
you'd have been an outline. I was like, yeah, man, like, motherfucker, no. If you let them motherfuckers do their job, you going home. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just got to pin shit on people right quick. Motherfucker try to get a story. Motherfuckers get their promotions and shit like that. But it wasn't gonna happen on me though. Like, nah, I ain't that guy. Man, I did 8 years in the Army. I was in the Special Forces unit and shit, man. Like, going through shitty conditions, that ain't shit. Like, motherfucking, we had to be out there in, like, dumbass conditions. I did paperwork, though. But, like, they still used to send us out there with them niggas and shit. And I'm trying to be back in my AC and shit, like motherfucking shit. But them motherfuckers, they been in some horrible conditions and shit, man. I don't see how they did it.
It's a whole lifetime ago, huh?
Yeah, I swear, man. Like many moons ago and shit. Oh, I got out like 2012. That was long that time ago. Long ass son.
Jeez. Well, I want you to let the people know how they can find you, man. Drop your social media information on these cats.
Oh yeah. It's look at my fan page on Facebook. That's Sleeze The Kingpin. SleezeTheKingpin. Look me up on Twitter, Sleeze Kingpin. What's that? With the Instagram, Sleeze_the_Kingpin. And you can find all that also on my website, SleezeTK.com. SleezeTK.com. Like, you know, all my latest information on there, like my updates for everything like that. You have to go check me out. All my songs and challenges, like everything is up there. Bio, all that.
That's what it is, man.
Even my paperwork on there. Show you I'm thorough with mine and shit. Like, I ain't ashamed to post mine and shit. Like, motherfucker, hey, it's in there. Like, hey, motherfucking, he understand his rights, but he don't want to talk without a lawyer present. Shit, hey, you ain't gonna see no court hours on me or none of that. None. Yeah, I'm official.
Fuck all that.
I promise you. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to walk out with my hair high and shit.
Bruh, man, I want to say thank you again for taking some time out to talk to me, man. Like, this shit's been cool. I've been excited, and it's good to actually get to talk to you, put a face behind it, shit. And this whole Zoom shit's like changing the game for me.
It is.
I like doing interviews, but I don't like just talking on the phone and shit. Like, I want to actually see.
It ain't the same.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. Plus, like I said, I'm trying to show love to the hometown, and I know a lot of people need to hear this story and just how amazing it is too, man. Plus the music's fire too, so it all goes hand in hand, man. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, this book number 2 of the JC Chronicles, Sleeze The Kingpin. I don't even know who I'm talking to next, man. But it's gonna go down though. I'm representing Junktown all the way through. I grew up in Westwood, and that's back when Westwood was official. That's back when Westwood was official, man. So yeah, bro. But man, take care of yourself, take care of the family, stay up, and we'll link up on this music shit in a little bit, man, for sure.
I appreciate that. You stay safe out there, man. Stay away from them Corona people. Well, y'all got it bad out there.
Nigga, I don't even drink Corona no more, dog. I had to switch to Heineken, dog.
He ain't fucking with shit Rona.
Can't even do it, dog. All right, bro. Be easy, man.
Right. Hey, you too, man.
Yep. Peace.
Yep.
This is Tone Capone
and DJ Spaceship.
And Saturday nights from 10 to midnight, we bring you Waves of the Bay, right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.
With the hottest interviews, the hottest music.
You can submit your music for the Tampa Baywatch segment at wavesofthebay.radio@gmail.com or follow us on all social media at Waves of the Bay.
Every Saturday, 10 to 12. Make sure you come and ride the wave.
Yes, sir.